Welcome back. In between the parts, I've been a little bit busy. So, let's have a look at the party here. Got ourselves Percival. That's the character I decided to grab and get him up to at least level 60 for the sake of the Fate episodes, because, as you've seen before, the level requirements are there, and the last one is level 60. So, because I got him up to level 60, that does mean Gran and Cagliostro went past level 80, which unlocks something else. I wasn't aware this was going to happen. We got Overmastery. You can basically spend some... oh, have I not done that one? Wait, I can do it again? Hold on, I'm confused now. I thought I did it with you. Wait, I can do it again? Oh, I see. Would help if I read it. Yeah. You're about to use MSP to gain Overmastery bonuses. New Overmastery bonuses can replace current bonuses. I mean, I do like that attack power up. I'm going to go for it. Skill damage. No, I don't like that. No. At least it tells me the option, like, do you want to replace it? No. We got the attack. Oh, I like that. Our crit rate goes up quite a bit. Yes. I like a lot. We don't get as much health, but I like that. The attack powers are more as well. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I think I got cuter.
Probably with that crit rate. Let's have a look at Gran then. Because he just got a lot of health up. It's like, oh, we'll replace that. I like that much more. More stun power. SBA damage up. And attack power. Like, yeah, we'll have that.
Who just got stronger.
Didn't realize I could redo it. Like, oh, that's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, so out of the options, I'm very happy with what we got with Cagliostro there. Bit of health doesn't hurt, but attack power up and crit rate. Thank you. Anyway, we're doing Fate episodes, aren't we? That's what we're here for.
Can I help you?
Yes, you may. So let's see down here. Let's start with Vaseraga, which will take us all the way to episode 5. Let's go! The real mistake. Yes.
Foul smell fills the air as my dissolving limbs grow black.
Oh.
Protect the captain! Get him somewhere safe!
No, leave me. Run.
As long as you're alive, we can rebuild. We promised, didn't we? Our lives are in your hands.
You're not allowed to make this sacrifice for me. Please, save yourselves. I'll never forget the memory of that day. My conceit put us in that mess, but I was the only one who made it. After all the good times we shared, after all the pain, they would have to live on in my memory. Once I could pick myself back up again, I began to temper my body. I swore I'd never let the same tragedy repeat itself. It wasn't long before this husk became resilient, augmented and conditioned to withstand even lightning. I no longer felt physical pain, or much of anything at all.
This starts to explain some of his skills and traits.
It was preferable that way. I could be a shield to protect others, to protect them from the same tragedy that befell my crew. Having lost my place in the world, I found a home in the society and quickly became contractor to the seal weapon, Great Scythe Grynoth. My missions were simple: hunt primal beasts or exterminate the foe. I did my job so that I could keep people safe, to aid them in their time of need. But despite my best efforts, I still failed. I was powerless when Vern was kidnapped right in front of me. Worst of all, I could do nothing but watch as our hopeful new recruit was cut down.
Oh no.
What good was I when I couldn't even protect a single one of my comrades? Maybe the real mistake was believing I could do good in the first place.
He just needs a big hug. Like, no, mate, you try. That's the important bit. Episode 1, Inescapable Pain. Oh, dear. There we go.
I joined the society to protect others, which sounds noble on paper. But in reality, it was all for my own sake. I'm the reason that my old crew, my family, found an early grave. It was only right that I spend the rest of my meager life in atonement. At least, that's the excuse I told myself. In truth, another part of me was deluded into thinking I could free myself from the guilt, but only if I could change into another person. Turns out that being immune to physical torture does nothing to protect your heart from psychological torment.
Yeah, there's still the mental torture.
Speaking of mental suffering, not long after I joined the society, Ilsa assigned Zeta as my partner. The old me would have worked with her just fine, but too much had changed. Her blunt honesty rubbed me the wrong way. A man can only take so much random commentary before he goes insane.
Oh my.
Even Ilsa called her Pupper, which was kinder than what I had in mind back in those days. But it was an apt name, considering all of her barking.
Papa. That's adorable.
I didn't care about forging a real partnership with Zeta. Every time we had a mission together, I just wanted to finish it as fast as possible. But it backfired. Whenever I pushed her away, she pushed back 10 times harder. She was determined to know me. I would have never admitted it out loud, but I was afraid. After all, the closer you are with someone, the harder it is to cope with their loss.
Aww. I'm hoping he heals across this a little bit. Our blunt partner. Oh, sorry, one blunt partner.
As for why I joined the captain's crew, well, I had my reasons. The captain's father was awaiting our crew in Estalucia, and that meant duking it out with primals and gathering sky map pieces along the way. The captain was strong and humble, had a knack for overcoming hardship. With leadership like that, I knew this crew could actually make it. That's not to say they were running a flawless operation. The way I saw it, they had 2 big problems.
Yeah, that's the thought. I don't think we're going to end up at the end of this story with us reaching Estalucia. There's going to be something in future in other Granblue games, isn't it? Vern
and Lyria, the Red Dragon and the Girl in Blue. It's true they were core members of the crew, but they possess powers which could represent grave consequences for the skies. Should one overflow with astral energy, or the other absorb enough primal power, they would be erased and herald the destruction of everything as we know it. It was possible the captain could reach Estalucia without any sacrifices, but I wasn't the type to bet on fate. These kids needed a shield. This body of mine would protect them all, no matter what came to pass. At least, that's what I intended. During the fight against the Moon Dwellers, I lost myself to the Automagod Grinoth's power and raised my scythe against the crew.
The what? The Automagod? What's that?
As pathetic as it was, I became the very threat I swore to protect them from. That was why I prepared a way to stop my own heart. I wouldn't hurt my comrades again. If I couldn't protect anyone, then the least I could do was make sure I could do no more harm.
What are you playing at, Vaseraga? Is this your penance after what happened to Lester?
I was fine with sacrificing myself, as long as I could save someone else. A part of me even believed I deserved such a fate.
I hate when you act alone. You could have come to me for help first, you know? We're partners, damn it!
I couldn't feel pain, but somewhere inside I felt like a wound had split me in 2. It took me far too long to realize that it hurt my comrades to see me suffering, that I had chosen to run instead of face my fears.
Did you hear me, you big lug? You're not gonna drop dead on us. Not on my watch.
Good on you, Zeta.
My partner's instincts were sharp enough to cut right through me. But it was her words, honest and blunt, which shattered the walls around my cowardly heart. The pain I should have dealt with a long time ago came spilling out, but this time it was accompanied by a burning desire.
See, this is what I wanted, like some healing going on.
We're going to survive this together.
Damn right, mate.
And that's the way it's been ever since.
Yes. Right, a lovely stroll through the woods.
Early in the morning, before the crew was to head out for a request, I headed to the forest surrounding Folka to conduct a test on Grinoth. On the way, I was stopped by the sight of a young girl watering the vegetable garden by her home, the wet plants sparkling beneath the morning sun. But something felt off about the scene. In contrast to the bright garden, a dark, foul mist seemed to surround the girl. Upon noticing me, she scrambled back into her house. The miasma clung to her as she fled. Sorry, lass. Shouldn't have snuck up on you like that. But that odd mist looked too real to be an illusion, and yet it didn't seem to be doing any harm. I decided to keep an eye out. After all, Folka was bustling with the influx of refugees from Tempeel, and there was no telling what could happen in strange times such as these.
That was it? I suppose it's a lead into the next sort of chapter of his story, but still. Episode 4. The Woman Who Pines for Death. Oh dear. It's a boss fight. You must play as Vaseraga. On his own? We don't get a party for this? Huh. Alright then. Very well.
Grinoth ripped through the silence of the forest. As I lowered the scythe, the quiet returned. It was a perfect place for tuning the weapon. At least, it would have been had I not sensed the presence of someone watching. Whoever it was, they had yet to strike, so I assumed they were no threat. Perhaps they were one of Folka's residents. I know you're there. State your business. Turning around, I saw the familiar face of the mist-shrouded girl.
That black armor. Your big scythe.
Oh yeah, he could look like death.
Her expression was blank, completely devoid of the cheer she had while watering her garden. Eventually, she spoke as tears welled in her eyes.
I'm tired, Mr. Reaper. You can take me away now.
The floodgates broke, a steady stream cascading down her cheeks. Mr. Reaper? What are you talking about?
I only wanted to grow those little ones, but everything I do hurts them. They all rot away. All I do is cause pain.
The girl hung her head and grew silent. It was obvious she had given up on life. It was a feeling I was all too familiar with. Once you've steeled yourself for death, you start thinking there's no other way out. But before I could console her, a monster appeared from the brush and leapt at the girl. I felled it in a single blow, but she gasped at the grisly sight. Fear appeared in her eyes. Good. If she could still fear death, then she wasn't too far gone. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Reaper. Most I can manage is to bring you safely home. You'd rather not be monster kibble, right? Need to gather your thoughts? I get it. Life rarely gives us obvious choices.
Okay.
Keep close. Maybe it was just a trick of the light, but I saw a bit of life return to her gaze. I took a step back toward the village, ready to prove I was no Reaper of the afterlife.
Yeah, you do some protecting, mate.
Time to go home. Should be this way.
We have new entry on Ultimate Gods as well, which is good. I'll probably read that, see what that's about. Haven't been here in ages.
That didn't feel like an earthquake to me.
That's because it's not.
Path's blocked by a boulder.
Weird. It wasn't here before.
Let's look around.
Yes, into the big boss area. There he is. He doesn't get his name up here.
Someone's hungry. Stand back. I'll take care of it. The end is nigh. Death take you! The end is nigh.
Go on, big jump, big jump.
I'll shield you.
He
You
moved.
should run. I'm not worth risking your life for.
I said I'd bring you home. Besides, I've faced worse than this before.
Gotta be careful with my health with this guy. Nope. Steady. Right, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
Another round! You will know pain. Death awaits.
Death awaits you.
You actually defeated that huge beast by yourself.
Good, you're not hurt. Now, what do we do about that boulder?
I know another way back. It'll take longer, but
Fine by me. You take the lead.
I have to go back up here? Very well. Convenient boxes and stuff here. Why didn't you tell us this way to begin with? There was clearly a boss room. Dear, oh dear.
over here.
I feel eyes on us. We're not alone.
What, is there going to be another boss? I don't think that's on.
Zombies.
I've got them. The end is nigh. Death take you!
There we go.
That's that. Ready to go?
Yeah.
You can hear the tone change in her voice.
What is that?
I'm not sure.
You look exactly like a Reaper.
I guess I'm no slouch with the scythe. Have a taste of true terror! Back to it. One fell stroke. So they were holding out on us. So, what's this whole obsession with death about? You don't have to answer, but just remember, once you die, that's it. Don't be so hasty to throw your life away.
There's just a skeleton on me.
Have a taste.
Yeah, come on, this will finish you.
Truth.
Yes! Yeah, I couldn't move because a skelly was holding me down.
Are you sure you weren't the Reaper?
Even if I was, it's not your time yet. Not today.
We did... Oh. I wanted to go up there. Have a look around.
Upon arriving at the girl's home, I was met by a shocking sight. The thriving garden I'd seen before was now gray and withered, its fruits and vegetables rotting away.
It's probably because of the giant skelly.
How could all the life have been sucked from this place in such a short span of time? When I looked at the girl, she purposefully avoided my gaze. I decided against questioning her for the moment. Whatever's going on, I might be able to help, but we can talk about that later. You should rest.
Okay.
She took an unsteady step through the door of her home. As I watched her go, I felt eyes on the back of my head. But when I turned around, no one was to be found.
Ooh.
Yeah, I doubt I imagined that.
Yeah, indeed.
I spent a few moments scanning the perimeter, but soon found nothing of concern. I decided to call it a day.
So what was that about? And I do appreciate the extra slot. Hello! Alright, so... this is the last one we can do for now. Episode 5, The Weight of Life.
Curious about the girl in her garden, I headed once more toward the forest on the outskirts of Folka.
I never had a chance to thank you for the other day.
Though she was more lively than before, her spirit was clearly drained.
I guess it feels wrong to call you Mr. Reaper now.
I mean, yeah, that's not his name.
The name's Vaseraga.
That's how you say it, thank you.
The girl introduced herself as Irene. As she spoke, I noticed her wrist was wrapped in a bandage. I asked if she was injured, but this caused her to grimace.
Oh, this? It's fine. I just, cut myself is all.
In a thinly veiled attempt to change the subject, Irene offered me some juice made from homegrown fruit.
This is the least I can do to thank you. Do you want to drink some together?
Apple. Not bad. We sat at her table and began to chat. She told me that she hailed from Grossgard, a small region near Seed Hollow. Having just moved to Folka, she was still a new face to the locals. Do you take care of the garden by yourself?
Yes.
Tense. Holding in on herself like a withering flower, she became the complete opposite of the girl I watched happily watering her plants.
I like how this guy describes stuff.
But it was not her forlorn expression that gripped me. It was the mist. Ever her formless companion, a swirling miasma seemed just beyond her perception. There were far worse things in the skies than a little smoke, but I knew this was more than it seemed. Mind if I stop by again? I could visit between requests. I wanted to help her, but not out of a misguided sense of obligation. I just wanted to make sure she never forgot what it was like to smile.
Aw, mate. That's lovely. Help her out, mate. Help her out. Well, I'm assuming we'll see how that plays out in future. Just gonna need whatever this is, the progress through the main story. I'm assuming when we finish the chapter, maybe finish the game, then we get the rest. Maybe. Right, so that's us done for this part. In the next part, we'll do Zeta. We'll see you then. Ta-da for now.